Hi guys, welcome to class today. We're gonna go ahead and do some legs. So let's start on our belly. You'll bring your forearms parallel to the short edge of the mat, putting your hands on your elbows, and then go ahead, release your head all the way down to the floor, and let's move into our breath. So find some nice grounding, intentional work. You can begin to slow your inhales and slow your exhales. Constrict the back of your throat to create that ujjayi sound. It makes the sound of the ocean. If you have an intention that you want to set for your class, now is a good time. I'm going to set mine for gratitude. So if you have any thoughts, any worries, just go ahead, exhale them out. Inhale positivity. Exhale all the negativity. You can begin to rock your hips side to side, just finding some gentle movement in the sacrum. And then come up to your elbows. So plant your hands down onto the floor. I want the block. So you make sure your elbows are shoulder distance apart and press your forearms down into the floor. Your forearms are parallel to the ground. Sphinx pose. Now bring your legs together, your inner thighs, your inner ankles to touch, and then press the tops of your feet down into the floor. Now take your hands, grip the ground, and then pull your chest between your biceps as you look up. So as if you're pulling the floor back towards you. Now lift through the sternum and breathe for 3, 2, 1. You can go ahead, lower the head down. Go ahead and lift your right leg up off the floor. So coming to a little bit of a 45-degree angle, and then bend the knee and then reach the foot all the way up and over to the left side of the mat. So just a nice little twist into the side body, and then slowly lower it down. Inhale, lift your left leg up, squeezing the left glute. Bend the knee and drop the leg all the way up and over to the other side. See if you can keep both elbows down onto the floor when you're doing this. And then slowly bring your legs back down towards the ground. Squeeze your inner thighs, inner ankles tight together. See if you can lift both legs up off the floor simultaneously. So keep pressing your forearms down, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your hamstrings. See if you can lift your thighs up off the mat a little bit more, and then slowly lower them down. Let's do 5 more. Inhale, lift it up, squeeze. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift it up and down. You have 3 more. Lift, lower down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Lower down, last one. Inhale, lift. Hold it up here. See if you could open up your legs out like the letter T. Squeeze them, or the letter X, and then back into an I. Open to an X, to the I. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Slowly lower down. Whew. Go ahead, bring your forehead all the way down to the floor, or actually bring your forearm parallel to the short edge of the mat, and then reach around, catch your foot See if you can take your fingers onto the foot, so it's on the inside edge of your foot, and then maybe you can press the heel of your hand down and roll your fingertips towards the front of the room. Press your heel to the outside edge of the glute. Maybe your heel comes to the floor one day. So this is a half of a frog. And then breathe. And then slowly release. Bring your right arm, forearm parallel to the mat. You can prop yourself up with your left hand, reach around, catch the foot. So this is where you're at. Just go ahead and, try to pull the foot in towards the glute, or if you're able to press the heel of the hand down into the floor, turn your fingertips towards the front of the room, go ahead and do so. Bring your heel to the outside of the glute. So stretching through the quadriceps, the front of the thigh. And then we'll slowly lower down. Let's push up to all fours. So bend your knees, bring your shoulders underneath or over your wrists. Hug the belly in, then inhale, find our cow face. Lift through the sternum. Exhale, cat posture around the spine. Tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, cow face. Exhale, cat posture. One more, inhale, cow face. Exhale, cat posture. And then let's go ahead and lift our right leg and our left arm. Reach it towards the front of the room. Exhale, find 3 bird dogs. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Last one, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Drop just the left hand. See if you could float the left knee up off the floor for just 5 seconds. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knee down to the floor. Awkward airplane the leg out to the side. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, back to the center. We have 3 more. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, back to the center. 2 more. To the side. Back to the center. Last one. Back to the center. This time, hold it out to the side. Find some baby circles. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knee all the way down to the floor. Find a little baby cow face. So lift the heart up as you spill the tailbone forward and down. Exhale, find the cat posture, resetting the spine. I'm going to shift over to this side of the mat because the wall's in my way a little. But go ahead and extend your left leg and your right arm towards the front of the room. We have 3 bird dogs. Exhale, bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Last one, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Drop your hand down to the floor, curl the right toes under, hover the right knee off the floor. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the right knee down onto the ground. Bring your leg out to the side, awkward airplane this little leg. And back to the center. Out to the side, awkward airplane. Back to the center. We've got 3 more. Back to the center. Exhale to the side. Inhale to the center. Last one. Exhale to the side. Inhale back to the center. This time, hold it out to the side. Find some baby circles. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knee down. Curl the toes under, find your downward facing dog. Lift the hips up high towards the sky, hug the belly in. You could go ahead, shake the head yes and no a couple of times, and just pedal the feet. Feel the whole back side of the legs stretching. Feels good to move, right? Let's roll all the way into a plank position. Make sure we're in the proper down dog. So our shoulders are over the wrists in our plank. Engage the belly, the core, the thighs, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, and go ahead and push back from there. So finding your downward facing dog, pedal the feet, left, right, left, right. And go ahead, lift your right leg up towards the sky, flex the foot, roll the right hip down towards the ground. So you're squeezing the back right glute, the hamstrings, And as you press the left heel down towards the floor at the same time, take your leg out to the right side of the room. Hold it there. Inhale back into the center. Exhale out to the side. Inhale back into the center. So these are just like the awkward airplane, except in a downward facing dog. Out to the side. Inhale back to the center. 2 more. Exhale out to the side. Inhale back to the center. Last one, out to the side. Back to the center. Drop your foot down to the floor. Woo. Pedal it out left and right and left and right. Let's get ready to work the other side. So go ahead, lift your left leg up. Roll the hip down to begin. So square off the pelvis. Flex your feet and kick the heel towards the back of the room. And then bring your leg out to the side. Back into the center. So it's hitting up your glutes. Out to the side. Inhale back to the center. We have got 3 more. Exhale out to the side. Inhale back to the center. We've got 2 more. Exhale to the side. Inhale to the center. Last one. Exhale to the side. Inhale to the center. Slowly lower the leg down towards the floor. Let's come up high on the tippy toes. Bend the knees. Lift between the hands and walk or jump to the top of the mat. Find your forward fold. So let your belly hang heavy onto your thighs, chest onto the knees, and you can bring your hands to your elbows. Just let it hang heavy. Let's hold our Uttanasana, our forward fold, for about a minute. Just feel the whole backside of the legs open up, and gently releasing your hamstrings, where you feel the sensation. Actively send your breath there. Breathe in and out through the nose. So we have a couple of options. You can find a half lift using your blocks. Inhale, find the half lift. Or you can always put your hands onto the shins. So take your pick. Lean the weight forward into your toes as you reach the crown of the head towards the front of the room. Trying to bring your hips over your ankles. Exhale, fold all the way down towards the floor. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your arms all the way out and up overhead. Gaze all the way up overhead. Exhale down. Hard hands into your heart center. Find the breath. Let's go ahead, lift your left leg up, hover it off the floor, and then take your left leg behind the right, finding a, they call it a bowler squat. So go ahead, squat the left knee down towards the floor. And let's pulse this out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up. And we'll do the other side. Take your right foot behind the left. Bowler squat or curtsy squat. Bend the left knee and tap it out. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come all the way back up to the center. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Palms touch, cross the thumbs, and then bring your toes and heels to touch. Your heels can be about an inch apart, but have your toes touching. And then go ahead, bend your knees a lot. Find your chair pose. So lift through the chest. You could gaze down over the knees. Lift the toes. Make sure the knees are behind the toes. As you tuck the tailbone under, softly pressing your hands together. Now in your chair pose, see if you could go ahead and lift the right leg up. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the right foot down, other side. Get ready to lift, left leg high. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that again. Press the left foot down, inhale, lift right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it down, inhale, lift left. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it down. Chair pose. Exhale, fold all the way down towards the floor. Inhale, find your half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step it back, find your plank position. Deep inhale, exhale, chaturanga, biceps graze the side ribs. Inhale, find the baby cobra or bhujangasana, upward facing dog, where it's the tops of the feet and your hands down on the ground. Exhale, round the spine, curl your toes under, find your downward facing dog. Pedal it out left and right, left and right. So in your downward facing dog, let's go ahead, curl the toes under, kind of creating a pointed toe in your downward facing dog so we can stretch through the tops of our ankles, the tops of our feet. This might be challenging. Maybe you could do just one toe or one foot and then alternate. So just take your pick, do what works. If you ever feel pain, back out of the posture. You want to feel sensation, but no pain, right? And then slowly curl the toes back under, finding that downward facing dog. Let's lift our right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee, look over the left shoulder. Maybe you see the foot. You can go ahead, flip into a wild thing. So drop onto the outside edge of the left foot. Maybe lift your right hand up towards the sky. And as an option, maybe you keep floating the right foot all the way down towards the floor. So bringing your right shin all the way down onto the ground. Keep pressing your hips up tall towards the sky. Look up. And then whenever you're ready, maybe you bend that left knee to come out of it just a little bit, and then slowly roll back into your three-legged dog, right leg high to the sky, and then slowly drop that right leg down. Go ahead on the other side, lift the left leg high, bend the knee, peel the hip open, look over the left shoulder. Flip into a wild thing, so you can drop your left foot behind you, reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. And if you want to do that added posture, go ahead, bend the left shin all the way down towards the floor, press your hips up tall towards the sky. And then go ahead, slowly come back into your three-legged dog, lifting the left leg all the way up, and then drop your left leg all the way down towards the sky, or the floor. Inhale, lift your right leg up high towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee and step between your hands, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. You can walk your hands up to your knee, and then go ahead, push your hands into the knee as you push your heart towards the back of the room, pressing your hips down towards the ground. You can even take your hands and push them onto the pelvis, pushing your hips closer towards the floor. And find the breath. Half split, release your hands to the floor, shift it back, lift your right toes up tall towards the sky. So inhale, lift. Exhale, fold over the front right leg. This one always feels so good for me. I always have tight hamstrings, so it doesn't matter how much I stretch. They just always want to be worked. They're stretched. And then we could go ahead, shift forward, curl the left toes under, find your standing split, so kick all the way up off the floor. So first one, let's just go ahead, wrap your right hand behind the calf. Maybe your left hand meets it. So work on rolling the left hip down, squaring off the hips. Let your head hang heavy down towards the ground. If you fall, just come back into it. And then work on bringing your chest to your thigh. Bending your arms, using your biceps to pull your chest closer into the thigh. Feel the undulation of the right foot as you're grounding down with the big toe mound of your foot. And then slowly come up and find some blocks. Let's find a little bit of a half lift in this supported warrior 3 position. And then go ahead, bend your right knee. Take your left knee, corkscrew it behind the right, come up high on the right tippy toes. Inhale, lift it all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, corkscrew, come up high on your right tippy toes. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, corkscrew. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, corkscrew. Inhale, lift it up. Last one. Exhale, corkscrew. Inhale, lift it up. Find the supported warrior 3 position. So come up high on the blocks with your fingertips, and then bend the right knee a lot. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. You have 3 more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Last one. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. So lift through the chest. Try to get your chest parallel to the floor. Left hip parallel to the floor. And bring your knee into your nose. Round the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Cheetah. Exhale, cheetah. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cheetah. Inhale, lengthen. We've got 2 more. Exhale, cheetah. Inhale, lengthen. You got it. Exhale, cheetah. Inhale, lengthen. Hold it there. Soften the right knee a lot. And go ahead, bring your hands down to the floor into a runner's lunge. Okay, so you're lifting through the chest and then straighten the front right leg. So you're up higher on the back toes and then see if you can square off the hips. So actively shift the weight into that front right leg. Soften the knee if you need to, and then bring your forehead all the way down to the knee, finding that nice little cat spine. Make sure you breathe. Inhale, find the runner's lunge. Find the cow face, lifting through your heart. And then exhale, forehead to knee. One more. Inhale, cow face, runner's lunge. Exhale, forehead to knee. And then slowly drop your left knee down onto the floor. Uncurl the left toes. So you can use blocks if you want to for this one, where you lift your chest up. And then press the top of the left foot down into the floor. See if you can bring your hands in the heart center. And then lifting the left knee off the ground. So let's hold this here. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Whew. And let's go ahead, bring our hands down to the floor, take your foot back, find your tabletop position. Go ahead, curl the toes under, find your downward facing dog. Yeah, baby. Owie, that's all I gotta say. And then go ahead, lift your left leg up high to the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Drop your right knee all the way down onto the floor. Find the Anjaneyasana on the other side. So the big thing with this one is to make sure your knee is over the ankle. Toe heel the toe forward if you need to. And then press your hands into the knee as you push your hips down towards the floor, lifting your heart away from you. Again, you can take your hands, push it down onto the hips as you lift your heart up towards the sky. Let's release our hands down to the floor, half split. Shift it back, straighten the front left leg. You could go ahead, flex the heel. So inhale, find that half lift. Exhale, fold over the front left leg. See if you can find the stillness or the steadiness with the breath. Getting ready to move into your standing splits. So we go ahead, shift forward into the left leg, curl the right toes under, and then just go ahead, strong moment, kick your foot up towards the sky. So let your head hang heavy, roll the right hip down towards the floor, take your left hand behind the left calf, maybe your right hand comes to meet it. Bend your elbows, bring your chest all the way into the thigh. See if you can balance there. Press your left big toe down into the ground. And then slowly come up onto some blocks. So find the blocks, roll the right hip down towards the floor. We're gonna corkscrew right knee behind the left. So go ahead, come up high in the left, tippy toes, corkscrew the leg. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, corkscrew. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, corkscrew. Inhale, lift it up. 2 more, exhale, corkscrew. Inhale, lift it up. Last one, exhale, corkscrew. Whew. Find your supported warrior 3 position. So you can move your blocks about a foot in front of your foot, and then exhale, soften the left knee. Inhale, lift it up. Yeah, maybe come up higher on your fingertips. Exhale, soften the left knee. Inhale, lift it up. 3 more. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift it up. 2 more. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, soften it down. Inhale, lift it up. Last one. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring your knee into your nose, cheetah pose. We got 5. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, 4. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, 2. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, 1. Inhale, lengthen. Soften the left knee and come all the way back down into a low lunge. Let's go ahead, bring your forehead to your knee. Find the long pyramid. You're up high in the back right tippy toe. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, round the spine, forehead to knee. Long pyramid. Inhale, find that runner's lunge. Last one, forehead to knee. Inhale, find the runner's lunge. Drop the back right knee down onto the floor. Curl the right toes under. Bring your hands into heart center, and maybe you could go ahead and lift the right knee off the ground. So the right toes curled under. See if you can hold this. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hands down to the floor. Release your knees. Step it back. Let's find our downward facing dog. Lift your legs up high to the sky. Let's come into turbo dog. So bend the knees a lot. Bring your chest all the way to the thighs. Inhale, shift it forward. Come all the way into a chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find the turbo dog. Bend the knees a lot. Inhale, shift all the way into a chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find the turbo dog. We've got 3 more. Chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find the turbo. Inhale, shift it forward. Chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find the turbo. Inhale, shift it forward. Low plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Last one. Find the turbo dog. Inhale, shift it all the way forward. Low plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come up high in the toes. Bend the knees. Loop between the hands. Walk or jump to the top of the mat. Bring your feet so they're about hip distance apart. You can use 2 fists to measure. Inhale, lift, chair pose. So spiral the pinkies in, lift through the chest. Drive the booty back. Take your right hand, drop it to the back of the room. Point your thumb up towards the sky. Lift through the chest, and then maybe come up high on the tippy toes. So it's optional. You can leave your heels down onto the floor as well if you're really struggling with that, but if you can lift them up, go ahead and do so. Inhale, find the chair pose. See if you can stay high on the tippy toes. And then exhale, take your left hand to the back of the room, point your thumb up towards the sky, maybe look towards the back. So if you're able to stay up high on the toes, you're strengthening through the arches of the feet, through your ankles, calves. Inhale back into the center. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your heels, drop your belly all the way down and back. Inhale, lift, find your chair pose, come up high on the tippy toes. Exhale, drop your arms down and back. Drop your heels. Inhale, lift high on the tippy toes, lift your arms. Exhale, drop your arms down and back. Chest to thigh. Inhale, lift, chair pose, high on the tippy toes. Exhale, arms down and back. Palm face down. Inhale, lift it up. Chair pose. Exhale, drop your arms down and back. You can do it. Drop the heels. Inhale, lift. Let's just do 1 more. And then exhale, fold all the way down towards the floor. Yeah, shake it out just a little bit. Left and right, left and right. Bend the knees. Come back into chair pose 1 more time. You could have your palms touching, cross the thumb. Shift the weight into the left leg. And then go ahead, lift your left heel up off the floor. Flex, or the right heel. Flex the right heel, and then stretch it to the back of the room. Reaching your hands towards the front of the room. Soften the left knee, and then tap the foot down onto the floor. Finding crescent position. So you can wiggle your right toe back a little bit. Get your heel over the ball of the foot. And let's go ahead and tap the right knee down onto the ground. We've got 5. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, 4. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, 3. You can do it. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, 2. Inhale, straighten. Last one. Inhale, straighten. Take your arms, twist them, right arm forward, left arm back. So revolved crescent, Track your left hand towards the back of the room, towards your heel, so your shoulders are over your wrists. And then inhale, find the crescent, straighten the front right leg. Exhale, drop the arm down and back. Revolve your crescent, bend the knee. Look back. Inhale, come back in your crescent, straighten the leg. You've got 3 more. Drop your arm down and back. Point your thumb up towards the sky. Inhale, straighten it up. You got 2 more. Exhale, drop the arm down and back. Point your thumb up. Inhale, straighten it. Last one. Exhale, drop your arm down and back. This time, take your hands in the heart center, find the twist. Take your right elbow all the way to the outside of the left knee, and then press your hands into your heart. Press your hands towards the middle of the sternum, so try not to let your hands fall all the way into the left armpit, but rather squeeze and push them all the way into that left sternum, or into the center sternum. And then release your hands down to the floor. See if you can curl your toes under. And then inhale, lift back up into the crescent position. Whew. So stay with your left knee bent just a little bit, and then see maybe you could tap the right knee down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift it up. 3 more. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift it up. 2 more. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift it up. Last one. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift it up. Release your hands to the floor. Whew. Go ahead, step it back. Find your plank position. So we're going to move into those turbo dogs. So exhale, find the down dog. So push your hips high to the sky, and then we'll move into turbo dog. Bend the knees a lot, bring your chest to the thighs. Inhale, shift it forward, find your chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do 4 more. Exhale, turbo dog. Inhale, low plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. 3 more. Turbo dog. Chaturanga. High plank. Down dog. 2 more. Turbo dog. Low plank. High plank. Down dog. Turbo dog. Low plank. High plank. And downward facing dog. Whew. Let's come up high on the toes. Bend the knees, look between the hands. Walk or jump to the top of the mat. Again, make sure your feet are hip distance apart. Inhale, lift, chair pose. Bend the knees, drive the booty back. Go ahead, lift your left leg up, bringing your heel close to your glute. Extend the left leg towards the back of the room, Tulandasana. You can reach your arms towards the front, soften your right knee, step back into a crescent position. So I have my palms touching, crossing just the thumbs. And then go ahead, bend the left knee down. Inhale, straighten it up. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. You have 3 more. You can do it. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. Let's find the revolve crescent. Left arm forward, right arm back. Look over the back right hand as you track the hand back over the left heel. Maybe gaze towards the back of the room. And then inhale, straighten the right leg. Reach your arms up tall towards the sky. We've got 4 more. Drop your right arm down. Revolve crescent. Melt into the right knee. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Bring your arms back up. Exhale, bend the right knee. Drop your arms down and back. You can do it. Inhale, lift it up. Straighten the right leg. 2 more. Exhale, drop your arm down and back. Keep kicking the left heel towards the back of the room. Inhale, straighten it up. Last one. Exhale, drop your arms down and back. Point your thumb up towards the sky. And then take your hands in the heart center. So this is what I'm talking about. Try not to have your hands go off into that right armpit. Keep them in the middle of the sternum. So take your left elbow, bring it all the way to the outside of the left knee. I'm just trying to be mindful of the microphone. So go ahead, keep pressing your hands into your heart, gaze up towards the sky. There's all kinds of fun twisting things we could do from here, but since this class is focusing on legs, we're going to focus in on that. You could always take any options you want on your own. Release your hands down to the floor. Bend the back knee. Uncurl the left toes, and then inhale. Straighten the leg. Reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the left knee. Tap the floor. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. 3 more. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. 2 more. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. Last one, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten, and then release your hands down to the floor. Whew. Go ahead, step it back, downward facing dog. Ow, owie, owie. Bend your legs left and right, shake the head. Oh, it's so good for you though, right? Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, step the foot, find your crescent position. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. So let's find our 45-degree angle. Drop your arms down and back, lightning crescent. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, drop your arms down and back. Inhale, lift them up. Last one, exhale, drop your arms down and back. Inhale, lift them up. Find your warrior 2, drop your left heel down. So you have more of a heel to heel alignment or heel to arch. As you stretch your hands in opposite direction, gaze over the middle finger. Lift your right hand up towards the sky, reverse warrior. Fan out the right side ribs. Extend your right arm all the way to the back corner of the room. So really find the length in the arm to help stretch through the whole right side ribs. Exhale, bring your right elbow to the right knee. Extend the left arm all the way up and overhead, palm face down. Gaze underneath the left bicep. So find the breath. Strong moment. Option to take your right arm to meet the left biceps. Frame the face. So engage the side body. Hold it there. And then drop your right hand all the way down to the floor. Side angle. Look up at the back of the left hand. And then push your right heel down into the floor. Come all the way back, reverse triangle. Whew. Reach your right arm all the way up and overhead. Exhale, side angle. Drop your hand all the way down to the floor. Reach your hand up overhead, left hand up overhead. Inhale, straighten triangle. Reverse your triangle. Drop it down. Inhale, last one. Straighten it up, and then let's find some length in the legs. Find the full triangle. So reach your right arm forward, drop it down to the ankle or the outside of the foot as you look up at the back of the left hand. Find your little inner smile. You're doing it. Gaze down at the right foot, and let's hop forward all the way into your half moon position. This is a great position for blocks. Maybe you want one. If you have long arms, you could always do it with your hand on the floor. I personally like a block a little bit just because I have shorter arms. So flex your foot, gaze up at the back of the left hand in your half moon position. And then we'll have the option of reaching around, catching your foot for Chapasana. So bend the right knee just a little bit, catch the foot. So you can stay here. If you want to try an added challenge, maybe reach your right hand back to catch the left foot as well. So we'll see if I could do this. Whoa. Maybe not, we'll see. There we go. So kick the foot in the hand, hand into the foot. Roll the left hip up. And then when you're ready, slowly come down. Soften the left knee. Come back into the warrior 2. Reverse your warrior, reach your right arm all the way up and overhead. Exhale, cartwheel your arms all the way down to the floor. Plant your left hand down. Come up high on your left tippy toes and then reach your right arm up towards the sky. Revolve side angle. Let's take our feet and pivot them towards the side of the room. So you could walk your right toe all the way back to your hips, coming into a Vishnu's couch. Press your feet into the floor to lift the hips up. And then reach your arm up overhead. Exhale, drop your hips, drop your hand to the back of the room. Inhale, lift it up overhead. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift. You've got 2 more. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift. All right, press your right foot down into the floor a lot. Okay, strong moment. Press your left hand down into the floor. Maybe lift your left leg off the mat, right? You could pulse it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your left knee all the way in. Kick your left foot all the way to the front of the room. Tap your hand on your foot. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your feet down to the floor, side crow. So hook your right elbow underneath your thigh. Plant your left hand down onto the floor. Go ahead, lean forward. I'm gonna split my legs. So just find whatever works for you, play around. Feel free to hang out for a moment. And then slowly come back. Whew. And let's go find our downward facing dog. Step your feet all the way to the back of the room. Pedal it out, left and right. And let's go ahead, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Find your crescent once again, other side. Reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. And then let's find our lightning crescent. So go ahead, drop your arms down and back. Lift through the chest. Bring your torso to a 45-degree angle. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, lightning crescent. Drop the arms down and back. Inhale, lift it up. Last one. Exhale, drop your arms down and back. And then inhale, lift it up. Drop your right heel down onto the floor. Warrior 2. Extend the arms long. Reach your arms in opposition. Take your left hand, flip it up towards the sky, reverse your warrior. Drop your right hand all the way down the thigh as you look underneath the left bicep. Side angle, bring your left elbow onto the left knee as you extend the right arm all the way up and overhead, palm face down. Okay, strong moment. Go ahead, lift your left arm up, biceps frame the face. Look under the left arm. And then slowly release the left hand all the way down to the inside of the left foot. Right arm up towards the sky. Push your left heel down into the floor, reverse triangle. So go ahead, straighten the left leg, reach your arm all the way up and overhead. Exhale, side angle, bend your knee, bring your hand to the inside of the foot, reach your arm up overhead. Reverse triangle. Go ahead, straighten your left leg, reach your arm up overhead, and then come back in. Side angle, hand to the floor. Last one, inhale, lift, reverse triangle. And then let's stay here. Bring your arms parallel to the floor. Tip your right hip to the back as you extend the left hand forward, and then drop your hand to the outside of the left ankle. Maybe look at the back of the right hand. So when I'm in my triangle, I'm trying to take this roundness out of the right side ribs. I'm trying to take my ribs closer to the hip bone so I can lengthen out through the left side waist. And then I'm shortening the right side waist so that I'm lengthening out of the waist, out of both sides of the waist evenly. Okay? Go ahead, gaze down at the left foot. If you need a block, bend the left knee. Go ahead, reach around, catch that block, and find your half moon position. So if it takes a moment to get up into it, go for it. It doesn't matter. Flex that right foot, and then take your right hip, roll it up towards the sky. Maybe you extend your right hand towards the sky as well. Now you could always play around with your gaze, which is called your dristi. So you could gaze at the floor, at the side wall, or if you want that added challenge, gaze up at the back of the right hand. Now if you want to bend your knee, catch your foot, find the Chapasana, go for it. Kicking your hand into your foot, foot into your hand, so you're pushing your hips forward. And then I'm gonna go ahead and see if I could try to get both hands behind, catching the foot at the same time. So if you wanna try that with me, please go ahead and do so. You gotta really find the grounding with your feet. I'm spreading my toes really wide when I'm doing this, pressing down with the ball of the big toe, starting to come up higher on my fingertips, less weight on the block. And then go ahead and kick the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. And it really helps if you have a solid wristy or a gaze point. So if you fall, if you fell in that one, feel free to try again. And when you're ready, slowly come back into your warrior two. Whew. I've fallen out of positions millions of times, you guys. It's just part of it. You're in your warrior two. Let's cartwheel your arms down to the floor. Right hand down, left hand up. Come up high in your right tippy toes. Revolve side angle. Now we're gonna take our feet, pivot them to the left. So roll onto the left edge of the left foot, or the right foot. Roll onto the edge of the right foot, and you're gonna toe heel your left foot back to your hips. Okay, reach your left arm all the way up and overhead for Vishnu's couch. Exhale, drop your hips, drop your hand to the back of the room. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop your hips, drop your hand. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift. You have two more. Inhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lift it up. Okay, strong moment. Press into the right hand and the left foot. Go ahead, see if you could lift your right foot up off the floor. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, kick the foot in front, tap your foot. Inhale, lift the right hand up, or left hand up, and then tap the foot. So lower the foot to hover the floor, then tap it. We got 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, find your side crow. So you can take your left elbow, hook it to the outside of the left quadricep, press your hands down into the floor. So when you do your side crow, there's a couple of options. Level 1 would be where you're bending your elbow and bring it into the side ribs, and then go ahead and fly from there. If you want that added challenge, go ahead, see if you could take your elbow out to the side. Try not to push it onto the ribs at all. Go ahead, lean forward, and then if you want to extend your legs, go for it. And see if you can hang out here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's slowly come down. Let's find our downward facing dog. Let's come up high on the toes, bend the knees. Look between the hands, walk or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift, chair pose. Bring your palms to touch, cross just the thumbs. Go ahead, shift the weight into the left leg. Come up high in the right tippy toes, and then go ahead, straighten the right leg. And then go ahead and bend it. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. You got 2 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Come back into your chair pose. Let's do the other side. Shift it into the right leg. Bend the left. Lift the foot off the floor. And then go ahead and straighten it. You got 5. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 4. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 3. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 2. Exhale, bend. Last one. And then come back into your chair pose. Melt into the posture. Let's see if you can bring your hands in the heart center. Let's go all the way down. Maybe you reach your hands towards the front of the room. See if you can get your hips in line with your knees. Let's see if we can pulse it there. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your half lift. So straighten the legs just a little bit, find that half lift. Go ahead, bend the knees, reach your arms forward, get your hips in line with the knee. Go ahead and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find that half lift. Oh, you guys can do it. Go ahead, bend the knees, reach forward. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lean forward. Oh. Okay, we're not gonna go 5 times with that one. Just bring your feet out to the mat distance apart And go ahead, drop down into your Malasana squat. So press your elbows into the knees, opening up through the hips as you reach the crown of the head up tall towards the sky. Finding that nice Malasana squat. Let's go ahead and see if maybe you can open up your knees really wide and walk your hands all the way forward towards the floor. Find the breath. Maybe you could bend your arms around the back body. And then slowly come back into that Malasana squat. Let's take our hands, press them down into the floor, come up high on the tippy toes, and then just hop back just a little bit. Press your hands into the floor, high on the tippy toes, hop back just a little bit. One more time. Hop back. And we've got another one. Hop back all the way to the back of the mat. Press your hands down, and then let's hop back. So it's almost like we're about to go into a crow, but not quite. Let's go back to the top of the mat. Press your hands down into the floor, and then it's like you'll have a really slight pause in that crow position. Press your hands down, come up high, and then pause down. Come up high, jump forward, come up high, jump forward. It's kind of like a little Frogger game that we're playing right now. Hands down, jump to the top. Let's do one more time to the back of the mat. See if we can lift your hips up and float them. So I'm pressing my knees into the back of my triceps in order to do that. Last one. Whew. Okay, at the back of the mat, find the forward fold. Release the low back. Oh, that feels good, right? And then let's slowly come back down into your Malasana squat. Press your hands down into the floor. Let's see if we can find a crow. Round the spine, lift your feet up off the mat. So let's see if we can hold this. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Whew. Okay, at the back of the mat, let's go ahead. Pivot the heels out and then find that flat back once again. And then soften the knees, roll all the way up to the top of the mat. Whew. Bring your feet together. You can shake it out just a little bit. Now, we're moving into pistol squats. If you need a block for these, please go ahead and get one. I'm gonna go ahead and grab mine. So, I have a block. I'm gonna put it towards the back of the mat, okay? Let's just go ahead, come all the way down into a seated position. Sit on the block, we'll start here. This will be one of the best ways if you're new to this. Go ahead, straighten your right leg out, and then take your hands like a basket. See if you could get all 10 fingers behind the foot, so it's gonna be leverage. We wanna be pushing your heel forward. Kick your foot into the heel, heel into the foot, and see if you could come up the block just a little bit. And then slowly lower down. Inhale, lift it up. And 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 down. So see if you can come all the way up into a standing position. So push forward. That was embarrassing. And come down. Oh, my legs are just so beat. Slowly come down to the other side. Let's do the other side. So go ahead. We're not going to do a lot of those. Go ahead, kick the ball of your hands, or your hands, all 10 fingers behind the foot, and then kick the heel forward. Let's go ahead and lift your booty up off the block, and then lower down. Inhale, lift it up, and down. You've got 3 more, you can do it. Lower down. Inhale, lift 2, lower down. Last one, lower down, strong moment. Push your foot into your hands, lean forward, lift your hips. See if you can stand up. And slowly come on down. Whew. Come on down. Now let's go ahead, find that same position standing up. So go ahead, stand up. And then we'll come up high on the right tippy toes. Go ahead, bend it down. So find your hands underneath the ball of the foot and then kick the foot forward. Actually, let's just do our peace fingers. So just do the peace fingers, leave your left hand onto the left hip, and then reach your arms on the inside of the right thigh. Go ahead and extend your foot, and it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. We're really working on just strengthening the legs, right? So go ahead, bend the left knee, inhale, straighten. So just do baby squats. Exhale, bend, inhale, straighten. So this is how we can, through progressions, slowly build up the muscles that we need to go all the way up and down. Exhale, bend, inhale, straighten. Last one, exhale, bend, inhale, straighten. See if you could find the length now, as much as you can. And then bend the right knee, release the foot. Pointing the foot towards the back, and then go ahead and straighten the leg, pointing the toe for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And then slowly come down. Whew. Mommy, right? So go ahead, let's lean onto that right foot. Take your left peace fingers around the left big toe. Hook your toe, and then go ahead, kick your heel towards the front of the room. So it could have a little bit of a bend. We're just gonna work on the strengthening part first. Go ahead, bend, you got 5. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, 4. Bend. Straighten, 3. Bend. Straighten, 2. Bend. Straighten, last one. Go ahead, see if you can find the length in the leg. And then release your hand onto the hip and bend the left knee. So 5 times we're going to straighten the leg. Go ahead, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Engage your quadriceps. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. You got 3 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one. Exhale, bend. Whew. Let's go ahead, shake it out. Let's go ahead, find our goddess position. So bring your hands in the heart center. Actually, release them all the way down to your knees. Lift through the chest, and then push your right hand into the right knee. Look over your left shoulder, finding the twist. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, twist to the other side. And then back to the center. Let's bring your hands in the heart center. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, come down. Number 10. Exhale, down. 9. Exhale, down. 8. Exhale, down. 7. You got it. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one, hold it down. Let's just find some gentle rocking, swaying side to side. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, straighten your legs. Bring your heels out, toes in, find the forward fold. Inhale, lift, find that nice long flat back, and then exhale, fold over the legs. Walk your hands to the back of the room. And then take your hands, find that half lift, and then toe heel the toes out as much as you can, finding center splits. So if you need to bring your elbows in more, what I like to do is I can't go all the way down, is I like to bring my elbows in to kind of hold the ribs up. But just go ahead, come down as far as you can, or as far as what feels comfortable for you. And comfortable means safely. You know, where do you feel safe, where you still feel that sensation, but you're not pushing yourself too far. Maybe come down to your elbows. You can decide. And then when you're ready, toe heel the toes back in. We can walk all the way back around, drop your right knee down to the floor. Let's go ahead and find a puppy dog position. So walk your hands forward, lift your hips up tall towards the sky. You can bring your forehead to the floor or your chin. So you have your hips over the knees. And then let's slither all the way forward back into that Sphinx position that we started with in the beginning of class. So bring the inner thighs to touch. Relax your left leg a lot. Press your hands down into the floor. Inhale, lift the right leg up. So squeezing the right glute. Exhale, relax the right leg. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, relax it. You have 3. Relax it down. Inhale, lift 2. Relax it down. Last 1. Relax it down. Let's go ahead to the other side. Inhale, lift left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. And down. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Bend the knee. Come all the way up and over. You could straighten your right hand. So come to the right corner of the mat. Finding a nice little twist. Taking your right foot back behind the left hip. And then slowly come down to the floor. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Take your left hand to the left corner of the mat. Straighten the left hand. And twist it all the way up and over to the other side. And then slowly come back down towards the floor. Take your left forearm parallel to the short edge of the mat. Reach around, catch the foot. Maybe you can go a little further. So maybe you could spin the heel of the hand down onto the top of the foot and press the heel down towards the floor for your half frog. This is a deep stretch on your quads. And then slowly release. Drop down into the right forearm. Reach around, catch the left foot. Pressing the heel down towards the floor. And then slowly come back up. Let's come up to all fours. Let's face the front of the room or face me. And we're gonna go ahead and come into a double pigeon. So if you guys have taken any of my other classes, you'll see this is like one of the hardest positions for me. So we're gonna bring our shins parallel to the front of the room. And then go ahead, start to walk your hands forward. So just walk forward as much as what you feel comfortable with. Some people have really open hips and they're able to get their right knee all the way down onto the sole of the left foot. I just happen to not be one of them, but we'll keep trying. So keep walking your hands forward. Breathe into those spots. Maybe you could come down to your forearms. And let's just hold this one for a minute. So deep inhale, exhale. And you might notice through the breath, through that relaxation process, some of those muscles will start to yield. And you can breathe your way deeper into a stretch. So find the breath. Feel the sensation on the outside of the right hip. I feel it on my left hip as well. So we're slowly opening the body. We're nice and warm now, so it's a good time for all these deep stretches. And then we'll slowly come back up. Lean back onto your hands. Let's go ahead and just change legs. I'm putting my right foot down, flex my left foot onto my right knee, sit up tall, and then go ahead, hinge at your hips so you can start to lean forward. Wow, this side is a lot tighter for me. So yeah, it's totally normal that one side will be tighter than the other. Just move into your breath. Come to a comfortable edge. So they keep saying it, you are your own best guru. So I can give you guys all the cues and tell you the right alignment and how to do the poses, but you guys know how those poses feel in your body. So if anything is ever painful, back out of it. Find what's comfortable. So you want to be riding that edge, but you don't want to be pushing it too far. So seeking growth, not injury. And then slowly come back out of it. And let's find a bridge position. We're gonna move into a supported bridge. So go ahead, take a block. Oof. And lean back onto your back first to begin. And then lift your hips up. Put the block underneath the hips. And then you could stay here. If you want a little bit more of a stretch in the hip flexors, go ahead and straighten your legs. So just find the softness in the front side of the body. Starting to wind down. Your body thanks you. Thank you for coming to class today, for working so hard. Oh, you guys are awesome. Let's start to walk your feet back in. Let's see if we could go ahead and do a bridge. So drop the hips down towards the floor and then go ahead, press your hands into the floor, lift it up. So find something a little bit more. Maybe you roll your shoulders under your back body, interlace all 10 fingers. Just explore, see how that feels. I have my feet slightly pigeon-toed. So point your feet in, your toes in, and your heels out just a little bit. And make sure your your feet are no wider than hip distance apart. Now, drop it down. If you want to add that third level, the full wheel, bring your hands back behind the shoulders. Go ahead, lift your hips up to begin with. If you're new to back bends, maybe come up to your head. Just place your head down on the floor. If you want to go all the way up, press your hips up. And you can rock back and forth in the back bend, lift through the heart. Maybe work on straightening your legs and your arms. And then when you're done, slowly come back in. That just feels so good to do that. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourselves that big hug. Whew. Drop your left leg down. Inhale, straighten your right leg up. Put your hands behind your calf. Just one last stretch, bringing your toes closer to your forehead. And let's straighten that left leg long. Bring your right knee into the outside of the right ribs. And let's roll for a supine twist. So go ahead, take the right knee all the way up and over. Finding a twist, gaze over your right shoulder. And then we'll slowly come back. Place your right foot down onto the floor. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Wrap your hands behind the left calf, bringing your toes closer to your forehead. Straighten your right leg, bend the left knee, interlace your fingers just underneath the left shin. Take your thigh all the way to the outside of the left ribs, right? And then take your right hand onto the left knee, coming into your supine twist. So extend the left arm out to the side. Look over the left shoulder. Slowly come all the way back in towards the center. And let's try a legs up the wall or a shoulder stand. So just take your pick. I'm gonna put my hands under my hips and then bring my legs all the way up and overhead. You can play around with straightening your feet or curl your toes under. Maybe lift one leg up for a shoulder stand and the other. So we want to bring your elbows in and then work on bringing your heels over your hips. And then you could hinge at the hips, slowly come on down. Preparing for our final Savasana, so go ahead. Maybe you lift your hips just a little bit, windshield wiper the legs. This helps to neutralize the low back. And then go ahead, straighten your legs. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. close your eyes. Feel your body melting down into the floor. Feel the lightness of the body as your body thanks you. Begin to wake up the body. You can start to flutter the eyes, find some movement in the fingers and the toes. Flex your fingers back, flex the toes. Make a fist as you point your feet and roll your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead, stretch and grow your spine. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a big hug. Roll over to one side of your mat. Resting in a fetus position. So it's like a new birth or rebirth. And slowly push yourselves all the way up into a nice cross-legged pose. Hands in the heart center. Sending you all so much love and gratitude. Thank you for doing yoga with me today. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, share, spread the word. Thank you. Namaste.